The year was 2015. The date was 8th March. The 34-year-old Adam Jones, living in Seattle, USA, was a software engineer. Sitting in front of the laptop screen all day, meetings, deadlines, all this was making Adam hollow from inside. His real passion was sailing. Every weekend he would take his small sailboat and go to the sea, and that's where he found real peace. After months of planning, he took a big decision. He would take a 6-month leave from his job and go to the Pacific Ocean. His 32-feet-long sailboat was called Free Spirit. His family and friends tried to make him understand, but no one could keep up with Adam's dreams. On the morning of 8th March, he posted his last selfie from a small airport in Hawaii. He wrote in the caption, "Life is short, the sea is big." He had no idea that this was the last post that the world would see of Adam Jones for the next 9 years. Everything was perfect for the first 2 weeks. The water was calm like a mirror. The wind was blowing in the right direction. Adam would write in his diary every day, catch fish, sleep under the stars. Dolphins would swim with his boat, and he would keep looking at them. But there is a rule of the ocean that every sailor knows. When everything seems too calm, the storm is coming. And this is exactly what happened. On the 17th day, everything changed. Black clouds came in the sky. Before the weather department could reach his radio, a terrible storm engulfed his boat. 20-foot-high waves were throwing his small boat like a toy. The electricity was strong, and for a moment the sky turned white. Adam tried his best to control the boat, but a huge wave broke the mast from the middle, and the boat's engine sank. For hours he struggled with the storm. He held the ropes and swam with every wave between death and life. He didn't even realize when his satellite phone sank. Finally, in the morning, Adam was unconscious and stuck to a part of his broken boat. And far away, in the mist, he could see a green tapu. But Adam didn't know that this tapu would become the next 9 years of his life. When Adam regained consciousness, he was lying on the sand with bruises all over his body, and his mind was completely empty. He looked around. Deep forests, high cliffs, and sea waves all around. No mobile network, no human, no road. Only a broken part of his boat was lying on the shore. The rest of the sea was gone. At that moment, Adam realized that he wasn't just lost, he was completely alone, a place where no one ever comes. For the first 3 days, Adam sat on the shore, hoping to see a ship or a helicopter, but there was nothing on the horizon. Hunger and thirst forced him to get up and do something. He found a small waterfall, which was no less than a treasure for him. Coconut trees kept him alive in the early days, but the nights were the scariest. Weird sounds coming from the forest, thick darkness, and the fear that a wild animal could attack at any time. On the 4th night, a strange growling sound was heard outside his shelter. Adam held his breath and stayed awake all night, holding a wooden stick in his hand. When the sun rose in the morning, only sand was visible, but there were signs of big claws. Adam never found out which animal they belonged to, and where he was about to get something that shook his soul. Gradually, Adam started learning the rules of tapu. Using his knowledge of engineering, he built a strong shelter with bamboo and big leaves in the middle of the boat. He learned to light a fire with a sharp stone and wood. For the first time, when the spark of fire arose, Adam watched it for hours as if it was his biggest victory. He found a way to catch fish between the rocks by the sea. He learned from painful mistakes which fruits of the forest. Once he ate the wrong fruit, he had to suffer from high fever and vomiting for 2 days. Death was very close. About 2 months later, Adam found something in the inner part of the tapu which scratched the ground under his feet. There was a very old, war-worn cloth which looked like an old boat or a ship's hull. And right next to it, in a small cave, he found a human bone. Adam sat on the ground. His heart was beating fast. It meant that he was not the first person to get stuck in this tapu. No one else came here, and he could not go back. That night, Adam could not sleep. He wrote in his diary, "If I give up, I will stay here. I don't want to be the same." Adam did not give up. He wrote "help" on the shore, which he used to make. He tried to make a small raft with the help of the remaining, but the waves of the sea used to break him. He started writing in his diary, 30 days, 90 days, 180 days. With every number, his hope and fear kept increasing. After 1.5 years, he saw the light of a ship. His heart jumped with joy. He immediately lit the fire, screamed, waved his shirt in the air, and ran towards the shore. For a few minutes, it felt as if the ship had stopped. Adam's breath stopped, but then the ship slowly changed its course and disappeared in the fog. Maybe he saw the smoke, so he thought it was just a cloud. That night, Adam broke for the first time. He wrote in his diary, 11 days, 100 days. He remembered an old saying of his father, "Losing is only possible when you stop trying." Since that day, Adam changed his thinking. He stopped waiting and started getting stronger every day. He made a big signal point which he used to light every day, whether a ship was visible or not. This was not just a hope, it had become his daily routine. He also made a small calendar with a mark on the stone so that he does not forget the time. After almost 4 years, another terrible incident happened. While catching a fish, his leg was badly cut. There was no medicine or doctor. The next few days, Adam had a high fever. He got a bruise, and there was a time when he felt that this was his last night. In a state of unconsciousness, he kept talking to his family as if they were really sitting in front of him. But after 3 days, the fever subsided. 9 years had passed. Adam's body had changed. His beard had grown to the ground. He no longer looked like a city engineer, but a warrior. He had no idea that this time his fate would not be decided by the sea, but by a satellite thousands of miles away. One night in America, a university student was just sitting in his room on Google Earth, exploring the untouched tapus of the Pacific Ocean. This was his hobby, to look for those corners of the world in satellite images where no human has ever gone. While scrolling, his eyes suddenly got stuck on a picture. There was something written on the sand of a small, desolate tapu. H-E-L-P. He zoomed the picture and looked at it again and again. It was not a natural shape. It was made by a human. His hands began to tremble. He immediately took a screenshot, noted the coordinates, and emailed it to the American Coast Guard with a long post. Initially, no one took it seriously. Such messages used to come before. Most of the old signals or stones were made naturally. But when a satellite imagery analyst began to scan the high-resolution pictures of the area, he lost his mind. The sign of help was not just old, it was being made fresh, as if someone was making it. Within an hour, this report reached the U.S. Navy, and within a few days, a scouting ship was sent to that desolate tapu. When the Navy's ship reached near the tapu and a small boat moved towards the shore, the rescue team could not believe that a human was actually alive here. But as soon as the boat reached the shore, a man with a long beard and a sunburned face came out of the bushes. Every officer present there was shocked. "My name is Adam Jones. I have been trapped here for 9 years. Please take me home." The team members kept staring at him as if they were looking at a ghost. Later, it was found that the boy who saw that picture came to meet Adam himself, and Adam hugged him and said, "You gave my life back." When Adam returned to America, the world had completely changed. The smartphone he had left was now old. His friends' children had grown up. His parents, who had mourned for him, hugged him and cried. His story spread like wildfire in the media. Doctors were shocked. Despite 9 years of loneliness, his mind and body became strong. Later, in an interview, Adam said, "That tapu took everything from me, but he also taught me that no sea, no storm can stand. I never lost hope, and this is the reason I am standing in front of you. Friends, this story of Adam Jones teaches us that no matter how bad the situation is, if the will to live inside a person remains alive, then it can even tear the biggest darkness. If this story of survival has forced you to think, then like the video and tell us in the comments how would you have lived on a tapu for 9 years.